Okay, so this tutorial is just to show you how to develop a uniform and look at graphics through the textile sort of route. To do this, what I've done first of all is I've just sketched an image of a shirt, and I've got to do some editing as it's scanned in. It hasn't come through too good, so all I'll do is just do a bit of work on this one as well. So I'm just going to go to edit and draw in with black on some of the areas, and this software you can get from a lot of places really. It's free. I just need to change the brush size down, and it'll allow me just to fill in and repair and edit some of the other pieces. So even some of these red pieces, if I want to recolour, for example, it's easy done. And so it's easy just to click onto areas and change that. Why that's turned up as red, I have no idea, but I can edit and do different sort of lines from it. However, this is just for the sketch, so that won't take too long. I'll just zoom back out. But it does mean I can come up with different designs quite easy for this, and this is what I'll import in. So all it is down here is the fill command, which is that one, and if I wanted it red, oh, that's not a very good red, let's try another one, that's a bit better. And we can place that bit in. If it's coloured in like that, it just means there's a break somewhere on one of the lines, so I'll just need to zoom in and find out where that is. So I'll just zoom in on the top, and I can see some breaks there as well. So where I've got my pen, I can just go back in, just draw in some of the lines. Let me zoom back up. Yeah, and just editing some of these. And it shouldn't take too long really just to draw them in. Now I am using a digitizer here rather than the mouse, but that just makes it easy for me to use rather than anything else. And there's also a little line there that's missing by the looks of it. And so from there, all I need to do then is redesign the top. So if I wanted a strip, so let's go back to the red, so back to the fill command, click back onto the red. That's filled in as well, which means there's other breaks, so now I can see where the breaks are and do exactly the same. Just draw these lines back in to make sure that there's no break. If there's a break, it'll just flood the whole area, which is not what we wanted it to do. That's that bit. There we go, let's try that one. So if I then make that a different colour, let's click onto white. Yeah, they're separate entities now, so that works quite well. So what colours should we have? Okay, so just for example, if I wanted that to be the case of where I'm shading it, away we go with that, and I can come up with the shirts, and then from there insert that in and insert the logo. So I'll just go to File, Save it as JPEG, and then I'll just keep going back and editing different things as we go through and changing the colours. There are other different effects that we can have in here as well, so what I usually do with mine, with this bit just to make it a bit better, is to click onto the blurred. Just you can see if some of these would be in the use actually. No, motion, no. Right, so go back to what I usually go to, is enhance, and it's just clicking onto blurred, and then I just literally change them up, apply, and then sharpen some of them up. And you can see straight away some of these designs are changing, and we can just edit it that way. Right, the next bit I'll show you is the layout once I've changed all the colours, just by doing things like this, and then from there we'll look at importing the logo. Okay, so here's the stage where I've created a few more drawings and sketched in. Same drawing for the top and the bottom. I've just got rid of that line and placed in the top. What I'm trying to do is a bit like the Star Trek uniforms, where different people have different uniforms. So the command would have yellow or red depending on which series it is, and then science would be blue, engineering, etc. all have different colours. So something like that. Now the next stage is to insert my logo. So if I just go to insert from there, and for some reason it's not working, insert picture, there we go, insert picture, documents, that's the one we want, and from there what I can do then is start to place my logo somewhere onto the shirts. So let's zoom in a bit. I might just twist that slightly, just to give it the impression. Okay. And I'll take it from there. Okay, so I'll place these onto all my drawings as designs go, and then we'll look at the design sheet from there. Okay, so we're back now with the development of my designs for the uniforms. They're very simple designs, just change them. I'm not going to spend too much time on them, as the folder's going to have other things in as well for designs. But again, it's building those designs back up to where they needed to be. Okay, so there we go. So what I've done here is I've placed the shirts into an order. It's the order of the rainbow. I haven't used purple because it didn't look right. I haven't used black or white deliberately because I am going to develop it using black and white, so I wanted to leave that option open. And so what I've done is done my designs and just put my logo roughly where I think this needs to be. I've just noticed I've done something wrong, so I'll just quickly correct that. So just need to edit that back in. Okay, at this point, what I have done just to make it a bit more entertaining, a bit more lively, is on the end I've just took the furthest one from the end and just expanded it so it fills in the side. Done the same for this one here and just made this one bigger. Not to say it's a chosen design, but just to give it more emphasis onto what the colours may be. And just by changing the designs, I've got 3 developments here. I've got 5 developments because of the change of the colour, 3 developments because of the shape of the shirt or style of the shirt, and then onto that bit. Now, on that point, what I will do is I would write different comments about the images, etc., and the uniform and what we're trying to achieve in there as well, and perhaps even look at doing some on shirts, etc. And then from there we need to develop this a little bit further. So just to recap, if you are developing your logo to look at uniforms, or you're looking at corporate identity to do with uniforms and textiles, then this is the way forward for it to go. And then finally we'll produce this item, or an item that's got the shirt with the logo on, and that would probably be your major making piece. And I'll just show you how to develop that a little bit further, and then that would literally be the write-up then of the process of how you go about using screen printing and various other techniques, vinyl printing for the shirts. Okay, at this point I'm going to pause, and the next video I will just show you how to develop this slightly to its conclusion, which would be where you use CAD from an actual organisation to create the t-shirts. And the one that I should be using is something on the internet which I found, which is called Zazzle.co.uk, and it does all sorts of things from iPhone cases to t-shirts to mugs, etc. Okay, that will be the next video, and that will be to do with the textiles and developing your corporate identity.